So today I want to set it up a little bit more like a gymnastics class. So we're going to do a lot of different skills, okay, in the one session. So we'll start off with our warm-up, we'll do some conditioning, and then we're going to do some of our handstand skills. So just traveling across the floor doing that. But first of all, we will do our warm-up, okay? So let's start just walking on the spot. And then we are going to take that into a jog. Jogging on the spot. And we're going to do high knees up the front. And then you're going to kick your bottom up the back. And we're going to do some star jumps. And jump and twist. And back to jogging on the spot. And we're going to do 10, jumping up to the ceiling and touch the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, if you're feeling nice and warm, we're going to do our stretches. Take our feet apart and we're going to do looking up and down. And looking side to side. And ear down. And then half circles, side to side. We're going to do shoulders up to our ears and down to the floor. And then we're going to circle those arms back. So circle those arms backwards. And circle forwards. Okay, we're going to take our arm out, across and hold. And then the other side, arm across and hold. And then we're going to take it up and hold on to the elbow. Don't put your head down, try and keep your head up in front. And swap arms. And we're going to take our arms out. We are going to go all the way over to the side. And all the way up and over. And back to the middle, and you're going to stick your bottom out and hold it. Don't touch the floor just yet. Don't touch the floor, try and stay in our flat back tabletop position. And now touch the floor, so you can put one arm up, looking at that top hand. And swap over. And both hands flat on the floor. And we're going to go down to one side. So we're going to go down to one side, one leg bent, one leg straight. And flex that foot. And point. and flex, point, and up and over to the other side. And flex that foot, and point it, and flex, point, and back to the middle. Jump those feet in and try and touch your toes. Okay, and let's sit down on the floor, feet together in our butterfly, and flap those wings. And we're going to do nose down to our toes. And legs out in front in our pike shape. Reach up and over. And we're going to take one foot in and circle the ankle. And the other way. And swap. And the other way. And we're going to go into our straddle shape. We're going to tuck one arm under and a big stretch over. And all the way up and over to the other side. And hands in the middle. Walk your hands out, see how low you can get to the floor. Okay, we're going to do happy cat and angry cat. So we're going to do happy cat first. Happy cat and angry cat. Push your spine up to the ceiling. Happy cat. Angry cat. Happy cat one more time. And angry cat. And we're going to do disco cat. Give a little wiggle. Okay, we're going to push our hips down to the floor and stretch out our backs. And push back. Send your bum to your feet. And let's do spaghetti and meatballs. So we'll do meatballs first. Warm up the wrists. Meatballs. And spaghetti. Spaghetti the other way. And shake everything. Cheese on top. There we go. Okay, so we are going to do some conditioning first, okay? So we know what our dish and our arch shapes are. So our dish is when we are lying on our back and we lift up and we have our hands resting on our thighs and we have our legs straight and our top of our back and our legs are off the floor. Our arch shape is when we roll over and we are on our tummies, but we lift the top half of our body and our feet. So we are going to hold a dish for 10 seconds and then we are going to hold an arch for 10 seconds, okay? So we're going to do some conditioning just to start off with. So if you lie on the floor, ready, we're going to hold a dish shape. So a dish shape is this, okay? And we're going to hold it for 10 seconds. So I'm going to put a timer on so we know how many seconds we've done. Okay, ready, and go. Hold that dish shape as best you can. And rest. We're going to roll over and we're going to do our arch shape for 10 seconds. Ready? And we go lift up, And we're going to hold that for 10 seconds. And relax. Let's go back to dish. This time we're going to hold it for 20 seconds, okay? So it's going to be a little bit harder, but we can do it, okay? Ready? And go. Hold it for 20 seconds. So make sure that your feet are off and the top half of your back is off the floor. Remember to breathe. And relax. Okay, let's do our arch. We're going to hold it for 20 seconds this time, okay? So ready? And lift. Hold our arch shape. Make sure that our feet are not on the floor. Make sure our arms are out straight above our head. And relax, okay. Hopefully you'll feel your stomach muscles working really, really well after that one, okay? We are going to hold a V-sit now, and we're going to hold it for 20 seconds. Okay, so a V-sit, we know this shape, we've done this before. We lift our legs straight. We use our arms to help us balance. That is our V-sit, so we're going to hold it for 20 seconds, okay? All of these conditioning moves are really, really good to build up our muscles so that we're nice and strong for all of our gymnastic skills. So ready, we're going to hold our V-sit for 20 seconds. Ready, and go. Try and keep your balance. Try and have nice pointed toes. In gymnastics, we don't want flexed feet, we want nice pointed toes. Try and hold it for as long as you can. And stop. Have a little breather. We're going to do that one more time, okay? So we're going to hold our V-sit for 20 seconds again. Okay, ready? And go. Hold it. Keep going. Remember to breathe, don't hold your breath. 2, 1, and relax. Okay, so all those conditioning moves are really good for building up our muscles. Okay, let's go over some of our different skills. Okay, we're going to do some bunny hops and we're going to do some handstands. So we all know what bunny hops are. We put our hands flat on the floor, we jump our hips up and back down. We're going to do some bunny hops in a line. We're going to do some handstands and we're going to do what is called caterpillar walks. So caterpillar walks, they're really, really good conditioning moves as well. So a caterpillar walk is like a plank shape and you walk your hands out, then you walk your feet in and you walk your hands out again into a plank shape, then you walk your feet in. Okay, so that's another conditioning move. So let's start with caterpillar walks and then we can go on to our bunny hops and handstands. We want to try and not teach the moves now, we want to try and practice all of our gymnastic skills, okay, because we've learnt them in some of the other videos with me. If you haven't learnt any of the skills, go back and watch some of the older videos, okay, and then I'll be able to talk you through all of the moves and you'll know what we're doing, and then it means when you come back to these videos you'll be just practicing them, not learning them. Okay, so let's try a caterpillar walk. So these are really, really good conditioning moves. Okay, so we start off, we put our hands down by our feet, we walk our hands out into a plank and we hold it, then we walk our feet in, just our feet into our hands. We walk our hands out. Hold it, then you walk your feet in. Little tiny steps. One more time. Walk your hands out. Into a plank. And walk your feet in. Okay, this one's can be a little bit tricky because of the coordination. You need to use your hands first. Just your hands. Then it is just your feet. Then it is just your hands. Then it is just your feet. Okay, so you've got to think about coordination, just the hands moving first, then just the feet. So let's try that again, okay? So we start off with our hands and our feet together. We walk our hands out, just our hands. into a plank. Then walk your feet in. And then walk your hands out. And walk your feet in. And one last time, walk your hands out. And walk your feet in. Okay, let's give that one more go. Ready? So this is really, really good for stretching as well. This will stretch our legs out. Ready? Walk your hands out. Just your hands into our plank shape. Then just your feet. Just walk your feet in. And then just our hands. And then just our feet. And last time, just our hands. And just our feet. Okay, very good. That is our caterpillar walk. So that's really, really good for building our upper body strength, stretching out our legs, and also our coordination, okay? Making sure that just our hands move and then just our feet move, okay? Next thing we are going to do is some bunny hops, okay? So we're just going to make sure that you've got enough room. Don't be kicking anything. We put our hands flat on the floor. We just jump our hips up to the sky and put our feet back down. So we start off with our hands on the floor. We know how to do bunny hops by now. We are going to do some bunny hops just in a straight line, okay? So jump those hips up and down. We're going to keep going. Jump up and down. And again. And again. Up and down. I'm just going to turn around and go the other way, okay? So I've got more mat, but we're going to do that again, okay? This time, we'll start off with our stretch. Hands on the floor, make sure the hands are flat, okay? We don't want them to be like this or like this. Try and have your hands flat as they can. And jump. Bunny hops, keep going. Aim is to get those hips higher and higher up into the sky each time. And one more. Okay, let's try them going back the other way. So we're going to do another stretch. Bunny hops, hands flat on the floor, jump up and down. Each time you can take your hands a little bit further and it'll take it into a travelling move. Okay, let's try some handstands, okay? So we are going to do what's called the limping fox first. Just one leg, kick it up, one leg, come back down. So I'm just going to demonstrate it just so that we can recap it in our heads before we do the full handstand. You're going to just kick one leg up and bring it down. So kick one leg down towards the floor, just kick one leg up. So let's have a go at the limping fox, okay? Hands down, kick one leg up and down, and again. Kick one leg up and down, and again. And again. Okay, let's give it a go. Again, maybe try kicking off on the other leg if you want to, but it's up to you. Let's start off with the stretch. And kick just one leg up and down. Remember to bend, lunge into your handstand. And again. Try and have those hands nice and flat. One last time, just kick that leg up and back down. Okay, let's give the full handstand a go. So we're trying to bring both of our legs up and try and have both of our legs together in the air. Do not worry if you don't get them all the way up. If you're just kicking your leg up and then the other one to join it and it's not straight, that's okay. Just work on getting your legs up as high as you can go. If you feel like you're going to wobble or fall over, just put your legs straight back down on the ground, okay? If you feel like you're going to wobble or your hands or your arms can't take it, just bring those legs back down to the floor, okay? So let's just have a couple go at our full handstand. So hands flat on the floor, kick both of those legs up and down. And again, both those legs together. And again. Very good. Let's give it another go. I'm just going to face this way. Let's have another go at some handstands, all right? Remember, keep your arms straight. Do not bend your arms because you will hurt your head, okay? We don't want our head to hit the floor. It is not a headstand, okay? It's a handstand. So we just want our hands touching the floor. All right, let's give it another go. And again. And again. One more. Remember that lunge in. Bring those feet together and finish with a stretch. Okay, what I want you to do now is find a surface, okay? So you can use a wall, make sure that there's nothing around you. And if you can find some space on a wall that has nothing around it, we are going to go up to a handstand, okay? So we're going to face the wall. So I'm going to use this here. We're going to do our lunge into our handstand. And we are going to try and hold a handstand, okay? If you cannot yet kick up into a handstand, what you can do is you can turn and face away from the door. You can put your hands on the floor and you can walk your feet up. So if you've got some room near a door or a surface, what you can do is put your hands on the floor and you can walk up it, okay? And you can just hold that shape like a handstand. And what we're going to do is we're going to try and hold it for as long as we can. If you can get up into a handstand, then you can do this option where you do a lunge in, put your hands down, you kick up, and you can lean against it, okay? This is just to help us get the handstand shape, and it will just mean that we've got something to balance against, but we can hold it. We know that we have got the wall, so we are not going to kick all the way over. Okay, so let's give it a go. So you can decide whether you want to do the one where you turn and face away from the wall or the door or whatever and walk your feet up, or you can do the option that I'm doing where you're going to do a lunge, hands down, and kick those feet up. Okay, so we're going to try that all together. So ready? We're going to start off with our stretch. If you need to, get into your position to walk your feet up the wall. And walk them up now. And I'm going to kick up, and anyone who's doing this option, kick up now. Okay, and try and hold it for as long as you can. If you need to come back down straight away, that is okay, just kick up again. Keep going. Try and push through. It can be a little bit harder, but keep going. And kick down. Okay, you might have a red face like me, but that is okay. Sometimes you can get a bit of a red face if you're upside down for too long. But have a little breather. Shake those wrists out. Shake those arms out. We are going to do it one more time. So make sure that you can find a surface. Use the same surface that you just used. Okay? If you want to, you can do the option again, where you put your hands down and you walk your feet up the wall. If you would like to and you want to try the harder one, where you can step in, do a lunge, kick up and down, but it is up to you. You know what your body is capable of. Don't do anything that's too advanced, okay? Just go to where you feel comfortable, all right? Let's give it another go. So if you're going to do the option where you put your hands on the floor and walk up the wall, you get into position now. So put those hands flat on the floor, walk your feet up the door. And ready, anyone who's doing this option, we're going to do our stretch, lunge forward, and kick up, and go. And we're going to hold it for as long as we can. Try and keep your hands flat on the floor, really push the floor away. Tighten those tummy muscles. And make sure that you try and point those toes, okay? We don't want flexed feet. We want nice pointed toes for gymnastics, okay? Keep going, keep holding it. If you need to come down, come back down, and then you can try and quickly kick back up again. And relax. So shake those arms out, shake those wrists. Okay, it can take its toll on your hands and your wrists, okay, sometimes, so we need to do a little shake. So shake those hands out like we do with our cheese in the warm-up. And we'll make some meatballs like we do in the warm-up. And let's do some of our spaghetti, one way, and spaghetti the other way. Okay, so hopefully doing it against a surface is even better practice for doing it without, okay? We've done it with a lovely surface behind us to catch us. Let's try and do our handstands, kicking both legs up and back down again, okay? This time not near a surface. You're just going to try and do it without, okay? Make sure you've got enough room when you're kicking up, okay? You don't want to kick it anything out of the way, okay? Make sure you've got enough room. Let's try our handstands one more time, all right? Obviously we don't have the surface to catch us, so make sure that you don't kick all the way over, okay, because that would be a front walkover and we haven't gone through front walkovers just yet. We're just focusing on our handstands, coming to a nice straight line and coming back down again, okay? We're not going to kick all the way over. So let's give our handstands another go. Remember, tighten those tummy muscles, have those hands flat on the floor, really push the floor away, okay? Tighten our tummy muscles, squeeze our bum cheeks, squeeze our feet and our legs and everything together nice and tight, and try and point your toes if you can, okay? Let's give our handstands another go so we can have our stretch. Remember to lunge in, kick those feet up and down. Let's try it again. Hands flat, kick up, bring those feet together and down, and again. And again. And one last go. Okay, let's try. I'm going to go the other way, so we're going to go back this way. If you want to just keep going the same way, that is totally fine, but we're going to give it another go. So this time, big stretch again. Ready, get that lunge forward, kick up and down, okay? Try and get those legs all the way up. And again. Okay. Hopefully that has been some good practice for your handstands. Just to finish, okay, I just want to recap some of our gymnastics shapes that we know, okay? So we have always got our straight shape. We all know our straight shape. We have our star shape. We have our tuck, which we know. We've got our tuck shape. Then from our tuck shape, we learned our V-sit, which we did today. Then, can you remember what the other one was that we learnt from this position? So we had our tuck, we had our V-sit, but then we added on another one. So I wonder, can anyone, if you're trying this at home, what was the shape that we did from this one? It was a tabletop. So you put your feet flat on the floor, put your hands flat on the floor, and you push your tummy up towards the ceiling. And you can just relax that head and look up at the sky. So we had our tabletop, so we had our tuck shape, our V-sit, and then we have our tabletop. Then we had our pike, so we've got our pike shape, and our straddle. So we all know our straddle shape by now, okay? So we've got straddle. Then we've got our front support and back support. So if you're at home, try your front support. So before I demonstrate it, what is a front support shape? So a front support, your front is facing the floor. And we're in a plank. And then we've got back support, where you just flip over and your back is facing towards the ground. And you're trying to push them hips and your tummy up to the sky. Then we have got our dish and our arch shape, which we know because we did them at the beginning of the session with our conditioning. So we've got our dish and roll over our arch. Very good. So those are all of our gymnastic shapes. So make sure that you don't forget any of those shapes, okay? Because a lot of those we use in stretching, we use in conditioning, and we use them as preparations and progressions for our gymnastic skills. Because a lot of those shapes that we do, when I have taught how to do a cartwheel or how to do a forward roll or backwards roll, we use those shapes as teaching points, okay? So make sure that you don't forget those shapes. Just because we don't do them every session doesn't mean you forget about them, all right? Because whenever we're doing conditioning for gymnastics, we'll be using like our dish and our arch that we used today, and we'll be using our front support and our back support as well as some of our V-sits. So don't forget any of the shapes that we do, okay? Make sure that you're keeping them refreshed in your brain. I hope that everyone was able to practice our handstands today. Keep practicing them at home. Make sure that you can find some surfaces. Time yourself as well and see how long you can do a handstand for. Some people might be able to hold them for even longer than what we did today. So it's up to you to try and keep practicing those handstands at home so that you get even better at them. But I will see you tomorrow for some dance. Have a lovely day and enjoy the sun. Bye. Was that skipping?
No, it just looks like it is.
That's okay, because I was like, I thought that it was skipping, and I was like, oh god.